Welcome back. We have just bumped into a young leopard cub called Vutomi. I hope I pronounced that right. Vutomi. I think this is the same leopard Brent had the other day with Two-Step Tony and playing with that tortoise. It was lying next to a little mud wallow, and then it's decided to move off. I don't know if it spotted something. From where I'm sitting, I can't see anything. Let me get out the way. Now it's relaxing again. Dasher, you would like to know why they have spots. The spots are there to help them camouflage and blend into their environment. So if this area was a little bit more overgrown, I'd be able to show you. If he moves in behind a bush, we'll be able to show you why those spots are so effective. It just breaks the animal up, I suppose, making it blend in a lot better. So all the kids are wondering and would like to know what the difference is between a cheetah and a leopard. So first of all, the build is very different. A leopard is quite short and very stocky, almost like a wrestler. Very strong shoulders and head, and a cheetah is very long and thin. It's got a very light frame. I'm just going to move. Well, there's our ideal example of how it just disappears and how those spots work. I want to go back a little bit so we can see a little bit better at what this guy is doing. Carrying on that question, leopards, their spots are more of a rosette shape, so quite a square shape compared to the very round and tiny spots of a cheetah. And then a cheetah's back legs is where all the power sits, so it's like a sprinter having these massive legs and a very tiny head and shoulders. Cheetahs most of the time have their claws out like a sprinter, and we can say that they are the Usain Bolts of the animal world out here. Cheetahs are extremely fast, doing over 60 miles an hour very easily, where leopards would be a lot slower, maybe 10-15 miles an hour slower than a cheetah. So, and the whole hunting idea is different. Cheetahs use their speed to catch up to prey on fairly open land, where leopard like thicker areas and using stealth and camouflage to get to their prey. Get as close as they can and then pounce. Dylan, you would like to know if the leopard can hear me talking. I definitely think so. I just don't think it minds me talking and minds us in the area. We have this privilege of spending a lot of time out in the bush and with these animals, and with time they get used to the vehicles. we view them from a relatively young age, and that allows us to habituate the animals and them being comfortable with our presence in whatever they are doing. If he wasn't, he would have just moved off and disappeared into the thickest bush he could find and hide from us. A comment coming through from Marissa. What a beautiful creature. You are 100% right. They are magnificent. And just to be able to spend time in their presence is such a privilege. It's been an exceptional day for me on the leopard front. I'm getting to know all the leopards of the areas that we traversed. I've met 3 different leopards today already. So how nice is that? Valerie, you would like to know how we tell the difference between all these leopards. They use spot patterns, so right under their nose. It's a bit difficult to see with this guy, but they've got tiny spots on their whiskers and in between their whiskers, and normally the top row is what we use to identify them with. So maybe he'll have one spot on the left of his nose and 3 spots on the right, and we'll say it's a 3-1 leopard. And with that, and spending a lot of time out here, for me it's going to be very difficult to identify them off the bat, so I use a little bit of help from the people that have been in this area for long and know the animals a lot better. But people like Brent and Taylor that spend their time here permanently, they start to know the leopards by the areas that they traverse and just by visual recognition. To all the kids that joined us this afternoon, it's been a lot of fun to have you with us. I hope you enjoyed the animals that we saw. For the time being, we're going to head over to Brent and see what he's up to in the tent. We are still with young Vutomi. He's just moving around, looking at everything, then resting again. Every now and then he gives us the impression that he's hunting. He goes into this little bit of a stalk mode, moves 10 or 15 meters and then just goes down again and rests. There has been no activity from any game in the area that he might be able to take down. Maybe some of the viewers can help me with the age of this young man. Is he the same age as Osana and Shongile, or is he a little bit older or younger? Let's just get a bit closer to him again. Slowly sneak closer. Sorry, boy. There we go. Very alert of his surroundings. Any funny noise, he'll look around and see what's happening. Scanning the sky. Let's have a look, see if we can see anything. No birds about. is that screenshot competition still running. I just hear there's a lot of beautiful pictures being taken. Oh, no more competition. Just everyone enjoying the beauty of Africa. Folks, we're going to spend some more time with this guy. But for the meantime, we're going to head over to Taylor and see what young Hosanna is up to. Serious? So,
doesn't seem like she's returned. We've been sitting with him and I don't know, he looks very to himself, very down.
Mike is telling me that he's been in this area for 3 days and Inkanyeni has not returned. So maybe it's time for him to start fending for himself. That might explain all the behavior of moving around and trying to stalk whatever he heard earlier. So it's time for him to become grown. We're going to move around the vehicle here, see if we could get a better shot. Just hold on 1 second. While we keep moving and find a better spot, we're going to head back to Taylor and see what Tingana is up to. Vutomi is playing a serious game of hide and seek again. He is somewhere in the middle of the screen. There we start seeing a couple of dots. He is flat cat. I think he's realized it's time for a nap after all of his maneuvers earlier. So he's fast asleep, I think. If he wasn't breathing, I think we wouldn't have even seen him where he was. That is serious camouflage. Folks, I think we're going to leave him to do his thing. Start taking our journey back to Djuma. And, well, let's move and then see what else we find. Maybe we still bump